My name is Benjamin Akolo. I'm the director, Mama Mutere Natural Product Limited, a company that is working on Mukombero product. Mukombero, since time immemorial, local people, not only here in Western Kenya, but all over Africa, have been using it as a for medicinal purpose. Traditionally, they have been using the root mostly, but of course the shoot and even the leaves can still be used on so many other things. Initially, the root could, even a piece of the root could be added in milk, especially sour milk, to add a very nice flavor in that milk. And since the plant has natural preservative, that milk can stay longer for a very long time. We thought it's wiser for us to come up with a factory that will manufacture some product from this vine, because that's the only way community that live around Kakamega forest can benefit from this plant. On Mukombero side, we are trying to extract something that will be working on diabetes, improve appetite, on stroke problem, to boost immune system, on pressure, since the plant is known to thin out cholesterol from our bloodstream. Therefore, it's so good for that purpose, especially for pressure and heart attack problem. And it is also a tonic. It rejuvenates the skin. Using this plant, your body will be able to produce young cells that will be so good for your skin. In this nursery, this is where we are trying to propagate the plant. Since initially, local people have been harvesting or poaching the plant from the forest. Now what we are doing here is trying to get this plant back to the people, to the community. Now here we get the seeds, of course, from the mature plants in the forest, propagate them in the nurseries here, and of course supply to the farmers. A plant matures at age between 2.5 to 3 years. At that time, it attains the brown color. This is mature root. And this is, of course, what we are trying to get from the farmers. This mature root now, I think, has over 22 compounds, which can help us come up with so many products. In the factory, we get the plant, weigh it, pay the farmer, clean it thoroughly. We have to clean it thoroughly, rinse it. Thereafter, we put in a special machine because it dries in a special machine. Because if we dry it on the sun, most of the essential oil will evaporate. You don't get anything. It dries for about 3-4 days. Thereafter, we grind into powder and produce the Mukombero power product. Many people chew the fresh root, but without realizing 80% of the root is water. Therefore, in 30 kgs, we get less than 5 dry, 30 wet kilograms, we get less than 5 dry kilograms. Therefore, a lot of it is water. Also, it is proteinous root. It takes a very short time to get spoiled. Therefore, when people chew the fresh whatever, they are missing so many. They are maybe using something that already has expired. Therefore, our target is the people who are chewing the fresh. Now they can come to the powder, which has over 22 compounds, which are good for our health. Both in men and women, not just men. For a libido case, is mostly controlled by brain. It is a reflex action. Now, if cholesterol is thinned from our bloodstream, blood is able to flow in all parts of the body without any resistance, even in thinner veins of the brain. Therefore, your brain will work very effectively, and all body functions will as well work very effectively. That has been approved. I think for you to have a stiff whatever, blood is pumped there. Therefore, Mukombero make blood to flow so well. Currently, so many people are suffering from obesity, and I've been checking so many papers, reading through so many papers. Obesity among small babies is an issue, and that is resulting into so many infections that will affect the generation that is coming after us. Therefore, Mukombero will be added either in tea. You can have Mukombero tea, Mukombero coffee, Mukombero milk, Mukombero porridge to help address that issue of obesity. Since it is thinning cholesterol from our bloodstream, I think the obesity case will come to an end using this important vine. Mukombero product is natural. We don't add anything. What we do, we just address, first of all, we make sure we get the right root from a quality plant which tastes so well, because of is one plant but with about 5 tastes. Therefore, we always target for taste 1 and taste 2, which is the most important one, and that mostly is found in Western Kenya in the whole world. We send to KEMRI for the testing research part of it. Thereafter, it will be approved by Kenya Bureau of Standards, packaged well in a food company, then marketed. It will be mostly in supermarkets and chemistries, pharmacies. We also intend to export the powder, because obesity, diabetic is a world challenge. Therefore, to address that, we shall export even to other countries abroad. 10 grams goes at 100 shillings. We buy a kilo at 200 shillings, and one Mukombero produces between 15 to 30 kilograms. Therefore, if a farmer has 100 Mukombero just along the fence, is a very good cash crop for them. They can earn a living through that. Though it is a wild plant, but we want people to grow it as a cash crop. We want total stop on poaching of Mukombero in Kakamega forest, because it is the only forest in Kenya where Mukombero still grow wild in the forest. Therefore, we must preserve that, because beside human beings, wild animals, especially baboons, gorillas, which are in other countries like Uganda, and even chimpanzees, feed a lot on Mukombero. My request is, climate change is a big problem and it's a global challenge. We are encouraging people to join hands with us and support this project so that we can expand. It's another way of growing a lot of trees in the country. For us to realize the objective of having almost about 20 or 50% forest cover, through such project, we can easily achieve that goal. Therefore, we need support, even from the government, because we need to grow trees. A polite way of asking community to grow trees is through such project, because they will earn from Mukombero as they grow trees to mitigate climate change.